So I went into the immigration office yesterday. She says, you need to go. Is anything open in the South Pacific?
One place. I can't believe it. Fiji.
Everything you see in red is either closed or officially open, but they make it so difficult to enter by yacht that we basically say it's a no-go.
We're not filming this. All right, Nick spotted the dolphin. You going in?
A little catamaran next to us, drug anchor.
I'm glad that he wasn't directly in front of us.
What are you doing?
I'm editing. Giving birth. It's in the weekly video. Push!
Oh, we're back down in Georgetown, and the main purpose of our visit, looking good, is to get our visas renewed and get a renewal on our cruising permit. And there's time of transition. They're changing their policies here. This is going to be kind of interesting. But we're also in here to wait out some weather. We got a pretty decent cold front moving through. Be nice to get some rain.
So we have to go over to join the herd right now because they have the best spot for the northeasterly. It's coming at, what, the midnight hour?
In the midnight hour, the wind shifted north, northeast.
In the midnight hour,
it would destroy our peas.
Ow! We're close to the beach, so for the next 4 days we can get lots of hiking in and beach time and get off the rockin' and rollin' boat. All right, Nick spotted the dolphin here off Monument Beach, so he's gonna go in.
He's diving and coming up, so when they're diving and coming up, they're probably fishing, so he may not want to hang out and have fun and play. They're definitely social, they definitely like hanging out. It's just a matter if you get them when they want to play or...
You going in, you going in.
Uh-oh, this is gonna be a little problem for this guy getting through. Seems there's a lot of yachts parked in the channel this morning. Trying to take shelter from the blow. Let's see what he does.
Start maybe have a heavy drive and a shallow, but we will see if we can escape because we need to catch the tide also. But thank you for moving.
A little drama going on behind us. The mail boat, mail ship, the cargo ship here for Great Exuma. It draws at least 10 feet or so when it's heavily laden like this, and it very, very shallow through here. And with the big blow, there have been a few boats that have anchored in the channel. You know, people need to read their charts a little bit better.
This is so crazy. So this guy is still trying to get off the bar here. He's stuck in like 2 meters of sand. Look at how it's churned up all the water around us.
So you're saying taco salad, but...
There's no chips.
No chips?
No.
Okay, so I'd say it's more a bean
and chicken.
Bean chicken salad. I'll take it. Look at how healthy this
know.
Looks.
Got avocado you can't see in there.
Sour cream. Oh.
And
so
we'll do some cheddar.
Not too much cheddar for me. I'm on a diet. I'm not on a diet.
We're actually on the backside of this little cold front. It's the high pressure ridge. It's the high behind the front. It's going to make things a little bit bouncy in here for actually a few days. So we're going to get to work on some projects this week that we've been putting off for a bit, and we're going to do some video editing.
This is always so much fun. People probably can't see us, but a little catamaran next to us. That is drug anchor. Close enough that I can just yell across to him. He seemed nice and calm. Just gonna go ahead and get a couple fenders out, I think.
What's the wind doing? So are we gonna have to move?
No, we're good.
I'm glad that he wasn't directly in front of us, because I think he probably would have run into us. Just gonna either pull forward or I guess drop further back. I'm not sure.
Hey, honey, have you seen my chapstick? Ooh, not much left.
It's empty too.
We are addicted to lip balm. Really simple to make your own lip balm. It's just coconut oil, almond oil, beeswax. I like to add vitamin E oil, and then the essential oil of your choice. I'm gonna do a wild orange flavor.
How do you get this stuff into this thing?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, it's messy. Because I don't have a funnel. First you have to melt all the ingredients together and then slowly pour it in there. This is a double boiler. And
of course.
Basically, you don't want to get the oils too hot by putting it directly on the heat. So you put some water in between.
You're like a chemist.
Yeah. And the beeswax, it melts pretty quick. And once it's heated, we're gonna remove it, add the vitamin E and the essential oil quickly because it will cool fast. And then we're gonna pour it into these containers. There's a little movement on the boat.
A little shaky. Now, what other tips and hints do you have for the aspiring lip balm artist?
Well, get a funnel. So just have fun with it. It's the cleaning process, yeah.
I can't tell you how happy I am.
This was actually weighing on me because I knew we were running out. And this fly...
There's one fly in here.
Really bugging me. Okay, I need a taste tester.
Now, do you want to see my patented single hand operation?
Yeah.
All right. Middle finger and thumb transfers to the lower three. Then thumb and forefinger. Oh yeah, it's great.
It passes the test with wild orange.
I'd say it's more of a tangerine. We actually stopped shooting video of this because it's just gotten to be kind of, I don't know, the same old thing. We're in day 5, I think, of this blow. And the forecast shows that we got maybe 3 more days of it. 25, 30 knots.
Feels good to stretch your legs. Should I walk on this? Show you my balance?
I would just tempt fate, see if you can maybe avoid injury.
See a new trail. We've never climbed up to the monument. I don't know why. Charlie is up here showing us the way.
Oh, this is a nice walk. I need it, man. I've been feeling so out of shape. Rascals, this side of it.
It's fun to be up here, explore some new territory. And the temperature is perfect. It's a little muggy, but you can kind of feel the cooler air coming in. Well, it's Monday. I think it's about noon. And I'd say this is a perfect Monday.
Yeah, I don't think it gets a whole lot better. Settled down nicely from last night. But this is right out our front door. And this doesn't suck at all.
Especially for being in Georgetown, where there's more boats clustered together than anywhere.
Look at this.
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 Look at this. Okay, I'm gonna go again.
All right, here she goes, here she goes, here she goes. It's the Megan Triathlon. Run 100 yards, swim 15 feet, and then crawl in the water. Then you do a water-assisted push-up.
What happened here?
It resembles an overturned sailboat hull, but I'm confident that this is actually an alien spacecraft.
Do you think there's aliens in there?
Perhaps I think they escaped, and they walk amongst us now.
Is that why no one's on this beach?
Might be.
It's a hazard zone?
Yeah, the aliens are sitting around in the trees laughing at us right now.
You know what world cruising's all about? Calling immigration offices. Aren't you glad you guys came over?
We are.
You are so great. Thank you so much. Bye. So I went into the immigration office yesterday to ask why our online processing hadn't gone through, and she was very nice, very courteous, but she had no information. But she said, you know, you'll get an email. You'll get an email saying that you've got an extension. I said, well, what if we don't get an email? She says, you need to go. Because we just paid $500 extra for our extended cruising permit, we're hoping we don't just have to go. We're losing our golden hour.
No, darn it.
We were looking so perfect there a second ago. Give it another minute. The weather's changing, it seems like, every 10 minutes or so.
Georgetown is kind of a gathering place for people who are either this is as far south as they're going to go, or people who are going to jump off to the Caribbean. The
jumping off point, the no turning back point. We are kind of in that decision gray area ourselves. And a few of you have asked, you know, what is your thought process and your decision-making process? And I wish we could just nail it down and say it's this, 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 this. The truth is, it's a mess.
It's complicated.
We've spent the last 4+ years in the Caribbean, the Bahamas, and the Eastern United States.
We had our dog Sugar with us, and she was very old and ended up passing away a year and a half ago. And we came down last season to the Bahamas thinking, okay, we're free, let's go.
Oh yeah, we weren't coming back. We sold our truck. We put everything into storage, like we're not coming back for quite some time. And then, of course, you know what happened.
Yeah.
The world changed in a major way.
So when we came down this season, we thought, hey, you know what? It's been almost a year. Maybe the world is going to magically open up. I mean, haven't we all been hoping that?
Right. Nobody knows for sure when we get back to normal or if we'll ever get back to normal. But when it comes to cruising in a boat independently, things get really complicated where the rules are different in different areas. And man, it's made our decision pretty easy, actually, about going to the South Pacific. Megan, is anything open in the South Pacific?
One place. I can't believe it. Fiji.
It is a long way to go after you get through the Panama Canal to get to the Marquesas Islands. They're closed. The Tuamotus, closed. French Polynesia, pretty unclear, but it looks like they're closed with the exception of a pre-application that has to do with an emergency. I don't even know what that is.
The Cook Islands, Niue, Tonga, they're all closed.
Yeah.
But Fiji, we could get to Fiji. How long would that take us?
So yeah, Fiji's open for now.
But it's cyclone season.
But you need to get out of Dodge from Tonga and Fiji, and the places to go would be New Zealand and Australia, both of which are officially closed. So as far as the South Pacific goes, it's a no-go, at least for this year.
Yeah. So if we're staying in the Atlantic, what are our choices? What's open? Where can we go? And where do we want to go?
Right.
We really want to go to Bonaire.
But they're under heavy lockdowns now. So when it comes to the Caribbean and the Atlantic,
we're restricted by a couple of things. First of all, which countries are open and accepting yachts, but also our insurance. The hurricane box, if you will, is more or less just made up by the insurance companies. And our insurance now requires us to be way north of the box. In fact, we've got to be around Cape Hatteras after, what is it, July 1st?
July 1st until November 1st.
But the hurricane box basically includes everything north of Grenada and the ABC Islands and south of the Florida-Georgia border. But again, we've got to be way north of that. So our choices for the hurricane season get a little bit easier. Right. Here's a look at the countries that are either open. Those are in green. That would include places like the Dominican Republic,
Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Antigua is open, as well as Grenada and St. Lucia. Those are all open. Everything you see in red is either closed. That includes the British Virgin Islands and the French Islands. And then there's a few other islands like the Caymans that are officially open, but they make it so difficult to enter by yacht that we basically say it's a no-go.
And Jamaica is a no-go, which is too bad. I would love to go to Jamaica.
In places like Haiti and Venezuela, the Honduran mainland, those are all closed to us because of restrictions on our insurance.
Also, Colombia is closed due to insurance, which is a real bummer because we would love to go to Colombia.
We'd love to go down there, Medellin
Yes.
and Cartagena. So in terms of the Caribbean, we basically can get down to Panama.
Panama.
What's the proper pronunciation? We put it to you and here's what you came up with.
Hey guys, it's Panama.
Panama?
Panama. Northern Territory, Australia. We say it.
Panama.
Panama.
Panama. Panama.
Tomato.
Tomato.
In Spanish, you say Panama.
Cali, and I'm from Mexico, and I say Panama.
Yeah, I think that's got to be the winner. It's Panama.
Panama.
Yeah.
I love that. Panama.
Not just Panama.
Yeah. Panama.
So our choices are to head down to Panama.
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 Or to head north
To Maine,
to Maine.
which
And
is an area that we would love to explore.
I think we're going to have to break this one down.
I think so.
Get the construction paper out?
All right,
Let's do it. So we're going to do a pros and cons list.
Good old pros and cons. All right, let's start with the pros for Maine. It's going to be much easier to upgrade clarity up in Maine.
We got a few things that we'd like to do on the boat. We've talked for a while now about getting rid of the generator. We need to do something about our alternators on the engines to have that backup without the gen set. That'd be easier up there.
We need to get new chain that's not going to rust.
Right?
And some new running gear.
Maybe a new sail too.
Yes.
That's all going to be a lot easier up in the States.
To get vaccinated.
Yeah.
We'll be able to go to the Annapolis Boat Show.
If they have it, we can attend.
Fingers crossed. That would be so fun.
That'd be a big sign that things are getting back to normal.
It would.
That'd be huge. We'd love to meet some of you out there.
Yes. Okay. It'll be much easier for us to travel back to our family in the Northwest. We're really excited to see Maine.
Yeah, New England and Maine, everybody we've talked to said fabulous. So many cool islands and beaches and towns. Hiking. Sounds fantastic. And it'd be nice to have a change of pace, get out of the tropics and, well, see something different.
Yeah. We might be able to run into Stephen King.
Hey, Stephen, I got an idea for a novel. Takes place on a catamaran. He's like, a haunted catamaran?
I think that about sums it up for Maine. Better upgrades, easy to get vaccinated, Annapolis Boat Show, visit with family, and new territory.
As well as a visit with Stephen King. Stephen, we're really counting on this.
All right, let's do pros for Panama.
Yeah, there's a lot of pros for Panama.
Okay. There are no hurricanes in Panama.
Panama does not have hurricanes. It does have lightning, as we'll talk about. The cons?
It's relatively close to where we are.
Yeah, it's a 4-night sail to get down to Panama from here. Whereas Maine,
1,200 miles from here.
a bit more than that.
Exploring Panama means exploring new territory.
New territory with both of these choices. I happen to really love the Latin culture. I love Spanish influence. I love the language. I love the people. I am so excited to see that eventually.
Yeah, and it would also mean that we could stay very warm.
I like that idea.
Probably one of my top reasons for wanting to go to Panama is to visit the San Blas Islands and the Kuna Indians.
Yeah, the Cunayala are, I think, recognized as a distinct nation. Right now, Panama is open, but the Cunayala and the San Blas Islands are officially closed.
I think there's one more reason. What is that?
Probably the top reason. Van Halen didn't do it much better than with that song. And by the way, Panama was on the first LP, the first record that is, that I ever purchased. 1984.
It's a great song. All right.
You ready to go negative here?
Let's go cons.
Let's go neggy.
Okay, let's start with Maine cons.
I know the one on the top of my mind.
What is it?
Cold. I don't want to be cold.
I'm just going to put burr.
This boat does not have a furnace. We've got some reverse cycle heating that we can do from the air conditioning units, but that requires the generator, and I'm not into that. So, yeah, dealing with the cold, the fog, not super excited about that for Maine.
I would also add the lobster pots. I am nervous about those lobster pots.
Everybody says, watch out for the lobster pots.
So lobster pots. Another con is that it's a really short season. We've heard that you shouldn't get up there before June 15th.
It's too cold. And by the end of August, you got to get ghost.
Yeah.
You got to get south, which, by the way, is against the prevailing winds. So here it is. Autumn is coming and the wind is in your face, except when there's a cold front coming through, which, well, see number one. Is almost weather related, but this is a big factor on a boat, and that is condensation. Anytime you've got warm air against a cool hull, and the water up there in Maine is very, very cool, you get condensation. Up in Maine, get ready to get cool and a little soggy.
All right, let's do the cons for Panama.
Panama.
Bugs.
Yeah.
And
not that there aren't mosquitoes and ticks up in Maine, there definitely are. But mosquito-borne illnesses in Central America are a pretty big deal. It's sticky in Panama. Yeah, it is humid. It is the wet season. It is rainy and there are thunderstorms. So if we go down to Panama, we're probably not going to linger there for very long. We'll probably be flying back to the States, which means a nice long break, but I kind of want to keep sailing.
I think the biggest con that Panama has is being stuck.
All right. Well, we happen to be, I think, optimistic people, where we try not to be too cynical. But let's just go forward in time and say that this whole COVID thing drags on a little longer than we think it will. We think by this time next year, things are starting to get back to normal for a lot of folks. Well, let's just say that it doesn't. We could be a bit stuck because there's a lot of upwind work to get back up to Florida or to the Caribbean.
And we don't know where we would get our COVID vaccine and other vaccines, just sort of that unknown of how to get stuff like that done.
If there's one thing that's really, really clear from this list, is that things are not so clear. It's not time to head down to the Caribbean. It's also not time to head down to Panama. And it's way too early to head up to Maine.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just have to be stuck here, which isn't such a bad thing.
I think what we're going to have to do with this pros and cons list next is weight each item.
Oh no.
On a scale of 1 to 10. How important is it to get the upgrades in the US versus Panama?
All right, you have seen our very overly complex thought process, or maybe it's just a really complex decision. So if you've got some thoughts on how we're thinking about these things,
leave a comment down there, and you know, we learn things from you guys as well.
Maybe we're missing something completely.
Yeah, sell us on one thing or the other.